So are you excited about LFM incorporating Assetto Corsa on their portfolio? You should be. Let's discuss this for a little bit. So Assetto Corsa has been here for at least 10 years, as far as I know, and it can be had by 776. I bought it for €5 a few months back, and I got what I call the Ultimate Edition. So I got everything that I've been entitled to be used with Assetto Corsa for €5 at the time. I think you can get it for €5, €6, or €7 today. So it's almost a given thing. So it's almost a gift, right? So €5, you get everything you need to play Assetto Corsa. And as you all know, probably to know also, is that Assetto Corsa lives on its mods. Okay, so the mod community, it's huge, and it's actually keeping Assetto Corsa alive in many different areas, drifting, going through cities, whatever the case. Assetto Corsa most likely has it. So Kunos probably did not. Kunos, that is the developer. If you don't know, the developer that created Assetto Corsa and Competizione, probably never thought or dreamt about that you could reach this place right now with Assetto Corsa. And without further delay, let's go to the meat of the question, which is LFM now has support, if you want to call it like that, for Assetto Corsa competitions. Okay, so right now I'm going to speak to people like me, which were or still are scared about the setup and the install of everything that is needed for you to be able to play Assetto Corsa on LFM. I'm not going to do a full tutorial. There are people much better than me that already did them. I'm going to put it in the description below. RandomCallSign comes to my mind, and also Sampsoid comes to my mind. So those are two excellent instructors, if you're not called instructors, to guide you through the whole setup process in much detail. But I really want to chime in. And because I went through that process too, and I kind of found a couple of hurdles that I want to actually make other people overcome. So if you want to check the full tutorial, go check. I will put the description, if I don't forget about it, to the Sampsoid tutorial and to RandomCallSign's tutorial. But this is just my experience. So basically, you'll go to LFM, you register your account. If I'm not mistaken, you go through a Steam connection. All good and dandy. Everything is just safe and okay. No problems there. And you go to the you have Competizione, and you have Assetto Corsa, and don't forget to click on the series. Okay, so if I go to the main page here and I just click, let me see if you go to the Assetto Corsa page like I am right now, it kind of seems like there is nothing else to be seen. But click on the series. This week it's a Green Hell Cup. That it's run on the Nordschleife. So just click on that and you have the extra instructions. So the first time I went here, I just was here, I clicked Assetto Corsa, and I was left with this official tutorial, which is good, but there were no indication of the files. So here are the files that we actually need. So you go here. This week we only have the Nordschleife series. Next week we'll go. A new schedule will pop up. I am not going to share this next week's schedule. If you want to see the full details, you should subscribe to their Patreon and you have full access to that. So anyways, you just click on the series. This week it's Green Hell Cup. There's the weeks before we had MX5s, and we have also, and you can, depending on the week and the series, you will have different cars, different tracks, etc. So first of all, you get the game. You get Assetto Corsa. Again, you go to Steam or any other site that can provide you a key. And by $5, €6, €7 or something of that sort, you get the Ultimate Edition. So that's what I actually advise you to get. Then you get everything you need from now on. After these €5, you will spend little to nothing next. You can spend nothing. I spent nothing. Besides buying the game, I just want to get the full experience with the least investment possible. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you. Just get the game, $5, $6, the Ultimate Edition. You'll get everything you need. And then you come here and you get this information about the files you need. So you can go through yourself, but this is what I advise you to get. So Content Manager, You just go here to Content Manager. This is kind of the only tool you actually need. After you install Content Manager, you will never touch AssettoCorsa's menus anymore. You don't have to go to Steam and click play. I haven't done it a single time after getting Content Manager. So everything you will do is through here, launching the game with mods, single player, multiplayer, setting your inputs, whatever the case, your screen resolution, whatever it is, you do everything through Content Manager. So Content Manager is now your, well, Content Manager. You do everything from here. You don't go to Steam and launch the game manually or whatever the location of your game is. You just don't. Okay, just click download and install. I'm using, I think there's a paid version, and you can do it if you wish. I have been using the free version, and basically no issues. Bear in mind the requirements. Okay, bear in mind the requirements, because if you install Content Manager and you launch the game for the first time, you probably get some notifications, some errors. Okay, because there's some runtimes missing. So just make sure have all of these, or if you are more tech savvy, you can just launch Content Manager once and deal with the errors afterwards. Okay, they're not errors; they're just warnings. Also, I highly advise you to download Custom Shaders Patch. This recommends version 0 something. The one it's in green. I don't know if you can see it, but I have been using the 022 with no issues. So take your pick. I've been using 022, no problems, so it's fine. So download Content Manager, download Custom Shaders Patch, and download Sol. Sol, it's just it's a shader to customize your look of the game. Okay, so if you go here, they recommend Sol as your shaders environment, your colors, your saturations, your HDR, your fake HDR, and all of that. There are others different than Sol. I have been using Sol because that's what they recommended, and since I wanted to make sure everything worked as is, I'm using Sol. Okay, so for the time being. On Sol, I actually recommend you a couple of things. When you go to this website, you'll see that it says login or register to download this content. Here, you don't have to register, even though I did it. You don't have to. You have here the download links, okay? And when you download the Sol, you will actually get a PDF with the instructions. If you go through here, just get the PDF with extra links. So it's not really necessary, in my opinion. Unless you already have a register, you're already registered in this site, then just use it. That's fine. Otherwise, just don't have to register. Just go to one of these two download links. However, fair warning: if you go through here, well, let me consent. I don't care. You can go through here or through Mega. Okay. Mega, it's simpler to download. I have already done this, and I don't want to download this on this PC. You just hit download, and you're good to go. Okay, you download. Here, you just have to go through a couple of hoops. Again, I'm not going to click on this because I already done so on a different PC on my simrig, which we'll jump in a second. You just click a couple of times on generate link, and you download. However, in my personal experience, if you download from Mega, you have a the file is corrupt. So you cannot unzip it. You cannot unzip it. It's just corrupt. Nothing works. If you download through here, you can actually successfully use it fine. Okay. The instruction I'll show you next, but most stuff you can just drag and drop stuff to Content Manager. Again, I will show you in a few seconds after this part. I'll show you in my scene rig. You can just drag and drop the content, and you're good to go. I'll show you in a few seconds. Don't do that with Sol. Okay, don't do that with Sol. Just follow when you download and unzip Sol. You have a PDF with instructions. Follow those instructions. They look long, but they are not. They are very simple, and you do this once, and you should do a manual install of Sol and not through the drag and drop option. Okay, so that's the introduction part. Let me jump to the simrig, and once I am on the simrig, I can show you the last part, which is again pretty simple. what you should do before starting a new series on LFM Assetto Corsa, and we'll come back here for the outro.
So yeah, here I am on my sim rig. Hopefully I'm in focus. I think I am. Everything seems to be fine. So you are seeing my desktop here. So this is my sim rig's desktop. And let me just close off stuff that I don't need right now. I don't have this, need this. Okay. So this is just a fresh booted computer. So I just boot it this second. So I'm not going to touch anything about Steam or the game itself. I'm just going to open Content Manager. You see, it is a pretty blank, it's pretty simple start menu, nothing to hide. And I just start Content Manager, and I have Content Manager here. And this is how you just tailor with your what just popped up? What the hell? See, so Content Manager just opens Steam for me. It's one of the default options that you should allow, and it's like that by default, so it should be okay. So when you install Content Manager, I have already done it, so I'm not going to do this again. He's going to ask you where your Assetto Corsa is installed. It should be easy enough to find. Let just do each thing, and I come back here, and it's going to ask you where the game is. And it's going to recommend you to install a few plugins like 7-zip and others. Just install everything. It's pretty safe. It's safe to do. No big deal. And you have your Assetto Corsa installation. Content Manager installation good to go. Just select everything else and install the plugins, and it should be fine. Okay, no big deal. So after that, why was I what was I saying? Why am I here on I don't remember. Let's carry on, shall we? So oh yeah, I was going to show you the install path. So again, this is a simple computer. It just has my simulation software here. So it should be something around program files, and it should have your program files are on program files 86. I never remember where the hell Steam, and after Steam you should have Steam apps, and on Steam apps you go to common, and you have your games. As you can see, I have only my simulation software here on my sim rig. So just go Assetto Corsa, and this should be your path. Keep this open. You will need this path to install Sol. If you follow the instructions manually, and it should be okay. Again, ask if you have any questions in the comments below. You should install Sol manually, not through the process I'm going to show you of the drag and drop, because Sol will just be correctly installed manually and not by drag and dropping, even though I have seen examples of people successfully installing Sol with the drag and drop method. So there we go. I just forgot to turn on my light. It's always I'm still in time to do so. You know me already. I say nanometers instead of newton meters, so bear with me. Fine, you will be able to see me just fine. Okay, so this is your path for Assetto Corsa. Keep that path handy, because you will need it to install Sol. Then also here on Content Manager, on the settings tab here on the top, you can go to Assetto Corsa and have and make your settings work. Video UI, audio controls. I highly advise you to explore yourself all the options. But in this case, I'll advise you to go to Python apps. Let me just, I forgot to open my LFM page here. It's fine, I can open now, because you will also see that this is my profile, which is fine, nothing to hide. You go here because besides all the software I told you in the introduction, you have to install also real penalty client apps. So Content Manager, shader patch, real penalty, and Sol. So this is what you actually need, and everything is installable by dragging and dropping. But I advise you to install Sol by hand. So everything you should have to. It's Content Manager, the shader patch, real penalty, and Sol. Install Sol manually. Everything else can be installed by the method I will show you in a second. So make sure in Python apps you have Python apps enabled and developer apps enabled. And after we install everything, for example, I already have this installed, but let's say you want to install or need to install you need to install a penalty manager, for example. I have here a separate folder with that piece of information. Let's say you want to install real penalty, for example. Okay, all you have to do, I'm not going to do that because I already done it, but I will show how it's done. You just drag and drop, literally drag and drop. You'll see here a green thing showing up. Okay, I already have this installed, so I will not install it, but you just click install and you're good to go. Okay, so I'll cancel and you should be fine. If you want to install Content Manager afterwards to everything refreshed, be my guest. So after we install the several things, you should enable Python apps, develop apps, and click on everything you want to, like extra apps you will have installed either yourself or Content Manager or AssettoCorsa will do it himself. So I just click in everything and allow everything to be there, and we should be good to go. All right. So everything, let's say, for example, you come here and you see that, oh, come on, you need to install extra stuff for this week's competition. So if you see here this shopping cart with a plus, it's something you need to go through Steam and buy it yourselves, unless you have installed the ultimate version of Assetto Corsa. So if you have the ultimate version, you probably won't need to click on this and buy them because you already have it. So if you bought the €5 Euros ultimate version, you should be good to go. But I will click just for you guys to see. So if you click here, it's going to show you that you need to buy this add-on. However, I already have it because I have the Ultimate Edition, and the Ultimate Edition will give it gave me everything that I could possibly need. So this is through Steam or already have it, so just can ignore it. So let's say, for example, you need the GT4 pack for this race. You click and download, as easy as that. Then you go to your download folder, let's say downloads, for example, and you will have, for example, this guy here. Okay, so either this or the zip file. I should have the zip file here somewhere. So this is what you get. It's this zip file. Okay, so what I did, well, you can just take your chances and see if you can just drag and drop the zip to Content Manager and see what he does. And in this case, the zip was nothing found. It's not going to work. Okay, so no big deal. You just unzip it and you just expose the contents. And I have it here. This is the contents. And you just select everything and you just drag and drop here to Content Manager. You can drag everything, multiple packages to Content Manager. You drag and drop. You go here, as you can see. You have all these options. You just let it scan all the packages, and there you go. You have all the mods for GT4 cars. You can do install all, and can you see it? It's behind my head, but you can see it here. You do install all. In my case, since I already have it, I don't need it, so I just cancel everything. And I don't want to do with this because I already have installed it. It wouldn't be hurtful to install it all over again, but it's just not needed. So when you reach the kind of the raw file, no pun intended, you can probably drag and drop it to Content Manager, or just try it yourself and see what happens. And if the drag and drop operation works, then you just click install and you should be good to go. Or you just need to further uncompress it. Okay, so usually it's the case of if it's multiple files, uncompress the main file and you get the subfolder and the contents can be drag and dropped to the Content Manager just fine. Or for example, I have here the Nordschleife. You just download the zip file itself and it's good to go. So this is my process. Maybe you do have a different one, maybe a better one. But if I download the file, if it's a single file, it should be good to drag and drop it. If it's ready to be installed, the drag and drop option will just work and it will be available here to install and it should be perfectly fine. So every time you need to run or race something you had not ran yet, a new race, a new car, a new track, you just download, drag and drop to Content Manager, see what happens. If it offers you to install it. or if not, maybe there are multiple files within that file, especially core packs can happen that. You extract it, you have multiple RAR files. You just drag and drop multiple RAR files to Content Manager, and you should be good to go. And you are basically ready. I don't know how long this video is going to be. But when you are explaining something to someone, you take your time to explain. So if this video, I don't know how long it was going to be, I'm still going to edit it. Let's say it's 15 minutes. You can do it in 3 because you're not explaining to no one what's happening. You're just downloading, drag and dropping, and it should be fine. Manual installation, I highly advise you to install Sol by hand and not by drag and dropping, even though it will work when you drag it. Content Manager will offer to install it, but the author, Peter Bosey, that's his name, Bosey, recommends to do a manual install, so that's what I did. So, and it works. So take your pick and do whatever you prefer. After you have everything ready, or you expect it to be everything ready, you are ready to register. I'm not going to register. I'm going to join my practice server 1 and see what happens. So this is just loading all the stuff. If there are any errors, you will see the errors. It will be pretty obvious, like some content that you don't have, that you are missing or something like that. And you should be good to go. This looks fine. Then you should do not click drive. If you click drive, this is going to launch you in single player, local session. Maybe that's what you want, but in this case, you want to join the server, and you just click join, and you just wait for things to occur to happen. This is going to load all the plugins. If you check the bottom left side, it's going to load the track, the cars, the add-ons, and all the stuff you need to actually run this track with the card and everything else. I have picked the Ferrari GT3. Yeah, it's fine. It's the one I tested it last time, so it's fine for a quick session. And I'm going to load in here just to show you one last step, which is how to enable for example, the penalty system and other add-ons like you would like to have. Like, for example, the gear you are at, I forget the name of the plugin, but it already was pre-installed, so I just use it. The flagging system, the relatives, the speed, all that information it's quite handy to have. The tire conditions and everything else. So we're almost there, and it's loading, blah 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 blah. Loading app, real penalty, da 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 da. Don't forget on Content Manager to enable the Python apps and everything that's needed for this for you to be successfully use LFM, and we should be good to go now. And this is running on a NVMe SSD, so it loads just fine. And there you go. Now, if you want to go directly to the drive, just click the steering wheel icon, and you are assigned to a car, and there you go. It's as simple as that. There you go. Then you go through a sea of cars. Hopefully, you can listen to the cars, the game sound. It's a little bit low because that's how I like it, at least when I'm doing a talking head video. And there you go. You say AC. I'm really enjoying AC. I'm really enjoying the force feedback of AC. And first turn and I missed the apex. Typical of me. And there you go. I don't know what this guy is doing. Probably better than me, hopefully. And it works. It's fine. I have not competed it yet in any races. I just set this up and I went through the knowledge slide for a couple of laps because I'm waiting for next week's schedule to actually enjoy fully the. I have shoes on. I usually race with socks. I cannot feel the the pedals, but it's fine. So as you can see, we have a few things to display, like the tire wear, like the relatives, throttle. Let me just lower this. Throttle, all the inputs. Jeez. I'm talking while I drive on a track that I don't know very well or at all. I have people behind me. Let me go. Let them go through. I really don't want to mess up their laps. There he goes. Okay, cool. Oh Jesus, he's worse than me. Okay, I need to stop because I'm having too much fun. So I'm going just to park here. Okay, now if you want to manage your add-ons, you just get your mouse, put your mouse on the right top right hand corner, and you can see all the apps here. Make sure you have real penalty visible, and I highly advise you to just to go through and explore yourself. For example, I have sol config. I don't know why this is showing up here, but this is going to allow me to configure things. I don't want to. Jesus, I'm opening sol weather, so this is not what I want. I'm looking for. I don't want sol. So as you can see, you can enable and disable apps here. So I'm going to close sol planner, sol weather, sol config. I'm going to keep the real penalty and the things related to real penalty, which is the flags, which are the penalty notifications. So as you can see, the yellow flags, blue flags, red flags, white flags, and everything else. You have here the post process filter. You can actually select how you want the game to look. For example, this is a little bit too bright, or maybe not. This is fake HDR. It doesn't look too bad. It's all extra Reinhardt. You have different looks to the game using sol. You have sol, you have pure. You have different shader options that are going to give the game a different feel. Vintage, sepia tone, photographic. It actually doesn't look too bad. A little bit too dark on the dash. Natural. Some things only actually work after we restart the game. Movie, default dark, default bright. I kind of like this one. Default, custom config example, blue steel. Black and white. So now we just you just went around the block. So let's pick Sol Extra, wasn't it? I think I enjoyed this one. No. Sol neutral color. Linear. Sol. So you can. I'll just keep this one. It looks great. And now, okay, going back to I was getting distracted again. You go here and you can enable all the things you want to enable. So I have the positions, the tire wear, the pedal inputs, and you can also glue them, fix them, or increase the size or decrease the size. I like this one to be small here, right in between the fuels and RPMs. I lock it, and when you come back to the game, it should be, everything should be where you left it. So this is looking very nice. You can just choose the shader you like. I think they will have Sol and the other one is pure. I may be wrong. As you can see, I spent 0 dimes except for the game. I spent $5 on the ultimate edition of the game. Cold tires. This cannot be good. I'm not very experienced on the Nordschleife, to be honest. I have went around the block a couple of times, but this is just a big track. It was clearly not enough to memorize it and to go for some type of good time. Still fun though. The fast feedback, it's amazing. The audio, it's also amazing, depending on the model of the car, of course, but this car feels nice, sounds very good. Even though you guys probably have the audio turning down quite a bit, because that's what I like to do on the talking head video. Whoa! I don't know the track and it shows. So I'm just going to go back to pits. Go to pits. Also, this is the menu. You can do it in Content Manager. You can select the new menu. I highly advise you. It looks pretty nice. And that's it. Everything's working fine on LFM and Assetto Corsa. Thanks for watching. Stay for the outro, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you watching this video. Let me know in the comments below any questions you may have for me, for the community themselves. Whatever the case, just drop any questions you may have, any doubts, anything you want to share with us. Like and subscribe. It really helps the channel to grow. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks.